is going on, everyone? Kevin here for Channel Mana League, bringing you another M14, an M14 draft. It's an 8-4. Haven't done one in a little while. I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this format. I just think like blue is so overpowered, and then you can splash with red or maybe white. Black can be okay, and green can be okay, but I don't know. It seems like blue's so overpowered to me, and I'm not a big fan of combo decks. So, anyways, it's fine. I don't hate it. I just don't love the format. I'm probably going to do some more RTR drafts, even though that's obviously not what's in right now. But anyway, let's get to this pack. I might record those just in case someone wants to watch them. There's some good cards. Seraph of the Sword's probably what I'm going to take, even though I don't like white, and I'm passing a pacifism. But there's a Briar Pack Alpha and a Chandra's Outrage. Those are the best cards. I mean, maybe something. There's so much removal in this set. Actually, there's so much removal in this set. I think I'm just going to take the Chandra's Outrage over the Seraph. I don't like white really at all. So I think Seraph is probably the best card, but it dies to kind of a lot of stuff because there's a lot of removal in this set. So yeah, if they don't have a way to remove it, it's awesome, but if you have anything that can deal non-combat damage, it's not that good. I mean, it is pretty good, but anyways, and also, you probably noticed I'm running the beta client. I've been playing a few drafts with it. So far I'm liking it, trying to get more used to it before it's mandatory, but I haven't really had any problems. Hopefully, knock on wood, it doesn't shut down on me or anything. I haven't had any issues with it, but we're going to run that. Here I like Divination, of course, Deadly Recluse, but Water Servant is just really good, and one of the uncommons is taken out of here, so it could be anything really, but Water Servant's really good, so okie dokie. Here, Howl of the Night Pack is sick if you're running mono green or very heavy green. If you can get 5 or 6 2/2 wolves, you usually can just swing to win. But it's not really looking like what we're doing right now. I do love blue, as you've heard me say. I think blue is by far the strongest color. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win with blue, but it seems like the best. And out of this pack, I think Mark of the Vampire is pretty good, but we're going to go with Messenger Drake. Ring of Three Wishes, not really probably what I want to be doing in this kind of a format. It's interesting. Here for us, it's probably Cancel. Disperse is okay. I like Giant Growth as a trick. Of course, it's been around forever, so it's not like I really need to talk about Giant Growth. But I like Deathgaze Cockatrice a lot, so I mean, we're not locked into any colors right now for sure, anything like that. But I think I do like blue a lot, as I've said, and I think Cancel is fine. I'm going to take that over the Disperse, I think. Alright, no blue in here that I want to play. Spellblast is pretty terrible, but Pitchburn Devils is good, so we'll stick with that. I actually think, too, Minotaur Abomination doesn't seem like it's that good, because it's a 4-6 for 6 mana, doesn't do anything exciting, but I've actually been pretty pleasantly surprised with it when I've played with it. The format's pretty slow, as you've probably figured out if you've been doing any of these drafts, and a 4-6 is pretty beefy in the format, so I actually think that guy's pretty good. The best card in general is probably Charging Griffin or Pitchburn, but we're not going to switch away from what we're doing. I like, in this pack, Blood Baron's fine. I like Seacoast Drake. I actually think it blocks a lot of stuff, but I'd rather have Shock. There's a lot of creatures in this format that have 3 toughness or more, and there's not a lot of great creatures that have 2 or less, so Shock may not do amazing things, but I still think it's better than just a random 1/3 flyer, so I'm going to take it. Alrighty, Thunderstrike's a decent trick. I'm not a big fan of the Kangrix. Spore Mound is pretty good, but we're not going to jump into green right now. I think Awaken the Ancient has enough upside. I'm going to take it. Obviously, it's not good against Disperse and things like that, but if you can keep it around, it's pretty good. So we'll see what we can do with that. Nothing here. It's not going to be... I'm not trying to run Stavs. I don't think Child of Night is actually very good in this format at all. Oromancer, there's just not... I mean, there's some auras, but nothing that amazing. So, really, there's nothing that good in this pack. Verdant Haven is fine, I guess. I'll just pull out the Nightwing Shade. Nightwing Shade is better than it looks, especially if you're very heavy black. So nothing came back for us in this pack. I'll just pull out an Elvish Mystic. Alright, well, I'm not really trying to play Cyclops Tyrant. I guess I'll take the Coral Merfolk. I don't plan on playing it, but I don't really want the Rod of Ruin. Corpse Hauler is the best card, but I'd rather have the Coral Merfolk in case I have to play it. And I'm not going to play Spellblast, so... At least I really don't want to play Spellblast. Anyways, actually, I kind of like this. I've seen, limited resources and stuff. They hide this window. I kind of like this window, see who's drawn how many cards and where things are being held up and things like that. So I'm going to leave it up. And I will take a Demolish in case. And don't want to play either of those cards. So far we are pretty light. We have seven cards I want to play, a couple cards on the sideboard we can play, but yeah, not looking so hot, I would say, thus far. I might have taken that Angel of the Seraph, or Seraph, or however you want to say it, first pick if there wasn't a Pacifism in that pack, but to want to go white, for me, you have to be so open in white that you're just going to get a ton of white back, and if the best card you're passing is Pacifism in the pack, that might put someone behind you in white, so I don't really want to deal with that. There's some cards in this pack. The Bailiff is good. These guys are okay. I like Shiv's Embrace a lot, but not more than a dragon. So yeah, we're going to take the dragon. It's very heavy red, and it's not amazing for a mythic rare. It's just a 4/4 that deals, probably 1 damage to a creature or player. That's fine. It's better than Shiv's Embrace because it's a creature, so we're going to take that. Would have been happy taking the Shiv's Embrace there too. So far we really have a very high curve. That's okay. If we have to, I'll run a Coral Merfolk or something, but hoping not to have to do that. So I guess the guy behind us didn't go white, unless he opened something he liked, like a Sarah Angel maybe, because otherwise you'd take this Pacifism, I would think. But what do I know? Not lots. I do like the Zathrid Necromancer, but again, we're not jumping into black right now. So it's another Messenger Drake or a Regathan Firecat. We're very heavy so far in our drops, but I like Messenger Drake so much better than Regathan Firecat. If I have to, I'll drop in like a Coral Merfolk or some crappy little guys. I think I'd rather just take another Messenger Drake. This guy's not bad. I mean, the 1 toughness makes it just super weak, though, and we don't have a ton of removal. We're going to be a little more control-y, probably, so I'll just take the Messenger Drake. Root Walla is very good, not green. Here's probably going to just be the Sea Kite. Lightning Talons is fine. Obviously, any auras you run, you can leave yourself open for 2-for-1s, and there's Disperse and all kinds of stuff in this format. It has a lot of removal. I like Negate as well. There's almost always some spells that'll target you that you can, or something that's not a creature spell, but we're going to take the Sea Kite, because it's good. Alright, well, apparently green-black is coming pretty heavily our way, and white, so maybe the people behind us also went blue-red. I'm not really sure what we passed that would lead you to go blue-red unless you just really like what you opened, but there's a Liturgy and a Deadly Recluse, so those are both very, very good cards, but for us, I'll just play a Dragon Egg. It works with our other dragon, and yeah, it's better than nothing. So here's some cards. I'm not really interested in the Battle Sliver. The Minotaur is just pretty bleh. The Phantom Warrior is very good, but I don't think I can pass the removal and the Claustrophobia. We are already pretty okay late game, so if we survive, we probably won't need the 2/2 unblockable. I would happily pick up the Phantom Warrior, or even the Time Ebb or the Disperse here, but this pack is full of goodies, and we'll just take the Claustrophobia. Don't want to play any of these cards, but I'll take the Dragon Hatchling in case we need some guys. And it's a dragon, kind of goes with the dragon theme, I suppose. Here, have an option. I don't really like to run Wild Guess generally. So it's either the Elixir of Immortality, if we get opportunities and things like that. You can get up against like a Millstone deck, or the Illusionary Armor. And I'm just going to take the Elixir. I won't main deck it, almost certainly, but that's fine. I actually don't mind either of these cards, and there's one Angelic Accord, so there could be someone running that combo deck. And again, that's one of the things I don't love about this format. I'm not really a combo deck kind of guy, I'm more of a good stuff deck kind of guy. And this format's kind of combo heavy, it seems, but I'm just going to take another shock. Yeah, I don't love any of this stuff, but the 2/2 haste for 3, I guess, is probably better than a Lava Axe. We're not really a Lava Axe kind of deck, I don't think. I don't think this isn't going super well, but we'll give it a try, see what happens. Today's Sunday, if anybody cares. Watched opening day of football, or whatever you want to call it. Full day. So, getting ready for the night game, but I'm a Packer fan, so I just watched the Packers lose to the 49ers. It was a good game. Figured it would be. Niners are a good team. I do like Kaepernick. Went to my college, so... Alright. Again, white cards are probably the best cards here. Not going to play this. I already have quite a few 5-drops and don't like the Cankrig, so I'll just take another Blur Sliver. Another card I don't want to play. I could take a Zephyr Charge in case, I guess, you dismiss into Dream or something. I probably won't be doing that, but I don't want to play a Cyclops Tyrant, so... yeah. Things not going amazingly. I mean, we should have a deck. It just probably won't be that good of a deck. I don't know why it keeps not putting it in converted mana cost. I tell it converted mana cost, and then it switches back. So, anyways, I mean, our deck is not amazing. Oh, there's a Gigantic Sliver and a Briar Pack Alpha. Alright, so this pack is full of cards that are very good, but not very good for us. There's the Gigantic Sliver, which I would pack one, pick one this, and then try to draft some slivers, but I mean, obviously we're not going to do that now. The Alpha is always good, but for us it's just going to be Divination, unfortunately. I mean, not that Divination's bad. Divination's actually pretty darn good. And Seacoast Drake, I guess, would be okay, but there's a Quag Sickness. There's some stuff in here that's really good, but not for us. So, you do what you do. It looked like black must have been pretty open. Quag Sickness is pretty good. A Cursed Spirit is pretty good. So here we have choices between Shiv's Embrace and Wall of Frost. And I think I like Shiv's Embrace a lot. But we have 3 flyers, an Awaken the Ancient, a Water Servant, a Dragon Egg. We have some stuff that'll probably win us the game late. I like Shiv's Embrace, but I think maybe we need Wall of Frost to keep us alive. We are pretty heavy in double blue and triple red, so our colors, maybe it's better just to stay Shiv's Embrace. Excuse me. Because of the amount of red we already have, but I mean, geez, we already have a ton of... we need a lot of blue. We're pretty color intensive, so it'll probably have to be a pretty close split. Scroll Thief is fine, but we don't really have any ways to get it in there, so I think one of these 2 cards just has way more upside. Shiv's Embrace leaves you open for the 2-for-1 I was talking about earlier, but it just wins games. But I think I'm just going to take the Wall of Frost and hope one of our other cards can win us a game. Alright, the choices here are really Negate or Warden. Thunderstrike's fine, but not a ton of creatures in this deck, and probably don't really need Thunderstrike. So the Warden helps with pretty much all our flyers, which is most our deck, so I think I'm going to take the Warden here. Negate would be fine, I would play it for sure, main deck, but don't need a Barrage. Really not a lot here for us, which is pretty disappointing. I'll take the Frost Breath. Generally you want Frost Breath in a more aggressive deck, but you can use it on defense and get a couple turns out of not being attacked. If I knew I was going to get past Active Treason, maybe I'd take the Barrage, but still that's taking one card that's not great for us, an Active Treason by itself, and the Barrage, which is really not good for us at all without the other one. So I mean, It's a 2-card combo that really only works once. It's not that amazing. So again, not a ton of cards for us, but the Firecat's fine. Alright, you missed one pick there. It was between a Seacoast Drake and a Goblin Shortcutter. And since we're not aggressive, I took the Seacoast Drake. But then there's this pick, which is between a Shortcutter and a Merfolk. And Shortcutter at least has an ability. So you're all caught up on those two not very exciting picks. I mean, this is how you know white is pretty terrible in this format. Is that the pack is full of white cards and still none of them are very good. Capuchin Knight is eh. Stonehorn Chanter costs 6 for a 4/4, and then its ability's okay, but you have to use all your mana. I could take the Wild Guess here. I guess I'll take that. I might even play it. I was going to rare draft the Siphon Sliver, but... And we'll take a Seismic Stomp for the sideboard. That's not really going to do much for us. We'll pick up this Dragon Hatchling. We'll take the Thunder Strike. I guess that's playable. And yeah. So this didn't come out super amazing. I guess black probably was fairly open. So if I took the Death Gaze Cockatrice, maybe I would have had a better deck overall by taking a lot of the black cards, but the Quag Sicknesses and things like that. But maybe if I would have taken the white cards, my deck would be better too. My thinking was that the Seraph Angel is good, but it dies to Quag Sickness, it dies to Flames of the Firebrand, it dies to Chandra's Outrage, it dies to Liturgy of Blood, Doomblade. It just dies to so much that it's awesome if you can keep it alive, because if they don't have a way to get rid of it, it does a ton of work in combat, but it's not indestructible. It's definitely open to being killed. I'd probably take that if the pacifism wasn't in the pack. So my thinking is someone behind me will end up going white when I pass pacifism because it's so good. But it looked like white was still pretty open, so I guess that's not the case. But okay, what do we want to do here? We definitely want to play all our 5-drops. Those are like our best cards. The Sea Kite and the Water Servant. All our 4-drops are really good too, so that's a pretty easy choice. Elixir of Immortality is more of a sideboard card, and we didn't even get really card draw. That's more of a, if I get an opportunity and I play Archaeomancers and things, and you worried about getting decked or millstoned or something, Elixir can save you. I've died to millstone in this format more times than I'm happy to admit. But anyway, so we're at 27. We have some questionable cards. I mean, Shock is getting played. Wild Guess actually might get played. We might need that. We're not playing the Seismic Stomp. That's easy. That's an easy cut. Let's see here. That's getting played. I will play Cancel in this format. I may cut this Frost Breath. And I'm gonna keep Awaken the Ancient in my creature stack. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. I don't love Dragon Hatchling, and it definitely is not very good as a blocker. Because the only thing you can hope for is trading at that point. So I may cut those. Do I want to cut both of those? I'm not sure. I mean, it works okay with the Scourge, but I don't want to play crappy cards just because they have Dragon on them. They're okay, though. I think I am going to play the Wild Guess. My deck is underpowered in general. Gonna play these cards. Blur Sliver is not amazing, and we're definitely not aggressive, so I like Shortcutter probably even better than Blur Sliver, because at this point these guys I'm just trying to slow down. So maybe I cut one Blur Sliver, one Dragon Hatchling, and I think I like Frost Breath even on the defensive side more than some of these other cards I might be playing. Thunder Strike is probably worth running that trick. So the last cut would probably be either another Dragon Hatchling or maybe a Blur Sliver. I like Cancel enough, and I'm definitely playing Divination and Claustrophobia. So it'd be between Frost Breath, Blur Sliver, and Dragon Hatchling. And I think maybe, I definitely need lands. I might even want to play 18 lands, but I think I'm going to try it with 17. And let's see. I think maybe I'm just going to cut this Blur Sliver. 2/2 for 3 is not good, and I don't need haste. I'm not really going to be aggressive. So I would even consider playing 18 lands, especially since I have so many double red, double blue, triple red. My goodness. But let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 total red symbols, plus we need extras for this guy and this guy and this guy, so 18 plus, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 plus we need extras for water servants, so pretty close, but I'm probably going to run 9-8 is not correct. Not in that way anyway. It's either 9-8 or 10-7, and I'm even thinking possibly 10-7. I mean, we want to play a Wall of Frost, but I think 10-7 because we absolutely need three mountains, and this guy has to enchant a mountain, so I think that's what we're going to do. 7 and 10. And yeah, we're going to go to round 1. I mean, we have a couple options. We could play Coral Merfolk, or really that's about it. This deck's not very good, so we just have to hope we get lucky and maybe play okay. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'll see you in round 1.